So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to do a few automation techniques that I utilize in a lot of my songs. So for this song, I sampled You Just Don't Want to Be Loved by the Winans, and I'll just play that real quick. So then I modified it by pitching it down, slowing it down, stuff like that. And here's what I got before all of the automation clips. So the first thing I like to do when I start a project is I put an EQ on the master. So I have that right here. And on this master EQ, on the first band, I choose the type and I set it to high pass. And then on 7th band, I make it a low pass. And then I go ahead, right click here, click create automation clip. And then I do the same thing for the first band, right click here and create automation clip. And then that created this right here. And basically I start off with the 7th band pretty low and then I gradually like increase it. So it kind of has like underwater effect. And then before beat drops, I like to pull down the 7th band to kind of go underwater and like come out of the water, I guess, once the beat drops. So I do that right here. And then here's the automation clip for the first band. And I like to raise it up to get a thinner sound so the bass is not as prevalent. And I kind of just like to add little increases in the first band kind of randomly, or sometimes when there's like a beat drop, I'll do it. So for the next thing, I have the Crush plugin on the master. If you're editing an automation clip, you just right click to add a new point and then you can just drag it around. Also, you can click up here and then you can do a lot of cool things. Go to articulator tools. You can multiply like the scale of the automation clip, or you can go all the way up or all the way down or something like that. But that's really helpful. And then you can also go to articulator tools. You can smooth out all of the points. So right here we have a sharp transition right here. I can make that smooth by just clicking here, then articulator tools, then turn all points smooth, and then that makes everything more smooth. And then there's a lot of other cool things you can do in articulator tools, so you can just go ahead and experiment with that. So I'll just play what the Crush sounds like on the master. The next automation clip I have is the volume bus. I just like to do like really low dips on the volume. I like to do it when you're like kind of expecting like a really hard hit, but it like turns down in volume. I actually cut the volume down right after hits, so it hits like right on this line, and then I let it play at that reasonable volume, and then I drop it right away. Yeah, and I just like the sound of that. For this next automation clip, I put Fruity Convolver on the master. I have it on this preset, and I turned up the wetness to 0.13, so it's pretty wet. And I like to put the effects that I put on the master before my mastering train, but this is like the bulk of the vibe of the song comes from, is putting reverb or convolver on the master, and it makes everything sound like really roomy. It instantly changes everything. Like, this is how it sounded before. And then now on. for the next automation clip, I have the vinyl plugin, and what I did for this is I wanted it to sound like a record stopping and slowing down. And it kind of pitches down. I also play it at the very end to end off the song with like a kind of record fading out. So to do this, I use this vinyl thing here, and you can't really right click this to create an automation clip. So what you can do for plugins that don't allow you to create automation clips within the plugin, all you do is you click this button here in the top called multi-link to controllers, and then you can click whatever button you want in the plugin. It senses it and then it lights up, and then from here you can right click this and click create automation clip. So right now I can go all the way down here and then increase it and go back down. I also have this other vinyl plugin on the master. I have the lo-fi selected and then the 1930s, and it just comes on for like 5 seconds or so. For the next automation clip, I have an automation clip for the master volume. Again, I just cut it to like 0 and then put the volume back up. I kind of do it to get like a stutter effect. I also have this sparkle, and I panned it from left to right. So to do that, I went to effects 2 here, right click that, click create automation clip, and then I just drew that out. And for this automation clip, I have this guitar, and then I just wanted to automate the volume. I also automated the tempo a little bit. So right here, it's at 96 BPM. It goes all the way up to around 130 BPM. And then I do a really quick speed up to 153 and then drop it back down to 116 for a good part of the song. And then once I get to like 1 minute 20 seconds, I slowly decrease the tempo again to slow it back down to 96. And lastly, I did a lot of panning from left to right on the main sample. And that's basically the sort of automation clips I put on my songs, a lot of stuff on the master, as well as just adding a lot of variety of like kind of glitchy sort of things and different effects to change like the atmosphere of the song. And that's basically what I use automation clips for. So hope you guys found that helpful. Go ahead, leave a like if you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. I appreciate it. Bye.